this evening, in it we'll talk with DeAk and 4 of our house guests from Europe. DeAk is a publisher of Art magazine, a well-known magazine in the art world. The 4 guests from Europe are Ulli and her friend Christof, both from West Germany, and Marina, an artist from Yugoslavia, and Ulay, an artist from Amsterdam. You are looking at Ulli. She is from West Germany, currently visiting DeAk. This program was taped in July of 1978, so sit back and enjoy the conversation as it unfolds.
Yeah, if I didn't marry like Pat Place or Ingrid, I would marry Ulli.
Right away?
I would choose her. Not right away. I know Ulli for 2 years. I watched her carefully. That's Ulli over there. No. Ulli lives with Christof. And I know I would not marry Christof at all. Marina I wouldn't marry either. She's too dramatic. I saw Ulli slave over photographs, drying them, ironing them out. Do the laundry in the cheapest laundromat in New York. She's the first person who have ever given me a car to drive. And when I was drunk one night and I took a kid home about 4 o'clock in the morning to the, it was trouble, and on the way out really in the morning, dead drunk, I asked Ulli for the car. She didn't say no, she couldn't say no to me. She just said, please don't ask for the keys.
How long do you know her?
2 years.
Where did you meet her?
In my house. Always in my house.
She just came to your house?
Yeah.
Out of the blue?
No. Out of Christof's blue.
Oh, Christof's blue. Who's Christof?
Christof is, Ulli lives with Christof. He's over here, to the left.
He is her lover?
Yeah, I never watched, but I assume so. They have the only private room in my house.
I see. And are you envious at all?
No.
Of him?
No.
You said you wanted to marry her.
Well, there are very few people I would, but she would be one of them, yeah.
Why would you want to marry her?
I think everybody needs a perfect wife, and she is it.
Really? You're no kidding.
Don't you?
What would you have her do for you?
No, she would just be like exactly how she's now. She's fantastic. Ulli, would you please stand up? Ulli, stand up. Drop that shit and stand up. Stand up. Take, Paul, take a picture of her. Come on, take a picture of Ulli. Oh my God, that's Christof there. He plays the clown. He's a very, very good artist. A major artist from Düsseldorf, in fact. And because of him, I renamed Düsseldorf to Düsseldorf. He wears masks. He's into garden midgets, and the kind of affectionate. Piquant junk of small-time people. I suppose you could call that pop. You see, he is wearing a Mickey Mouse t-shirt. Now you can't see. Paul is just not getting it on right. Now, so they do live together. I first thought that I met Christof on the screen first in Germany, and he was with his wife, and then he visited me, and before Ulli came, I thought Well, it's unfair, a guy like him isn't it, maybe it's totally typical just to kind of split with your wife and go to a younger woman, and then Ulli appeared, and I was totally taken.
Is he sexy?
Who?
Ulli.
That's not a he, she's a she.
Do you think the man on the screen is
Oh, that's
sexy?
Christof.
Do you think he's sexy?
I don't know, I don't look at my friends like that.
How do you...
They're friends. They don't have sex.
I do not have sex. Does he have an interesting song?
Oh, he's okay. He's okay. I
Really?
hate Germans, and there are two in the room now, and they in fact live with me in my house, and I love them.
Does he have a good mind?
Yeah, he's a talented. Yeah. We never said a straight word though to each other. We always joke,
In what sense?
just kid around, silly things. It's kind of I don't
Are
know.
you trying to avoid things?
No,
Not at all.
no,
I see.
no. He moons all the time in the kitchen.
He does.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know.
Does he drink a lot?
Oh, he has very good legs. He's as good of a leg as Marlene Dietrich.
Really?
Yeah.
What made you come to that conclusion?
Oh, because I made a movie of him in his silken bathrobe, and he pulled it apart and made struck a little pose, and he had wonderful legs.
Tell me about yourself, Edith.
No.
Why are all these people your guests?
Well, I'm partially invaded, partially asking for it, and partially it's a social problem.
I see. Someone is turning the camera to Ulli again. Maybe we can get someone else on camera. Who
And
is-
somebody else on sound too.
Okay, fine.
That's Ulay. I know it's confusing after seeing Ulli. It was confusing to all my friends and myself too, after the herds of Europe are going through one's own home with similar names. Ulay, it's the reverse story from Christof and Ulli. I met Ulay after I met Marina, who is off screen. And again, I've known Marina for a year before I met Ulay. And my first notion of him was it did a hell of a lot of good for Marina to make a team with Ulay. She calmed down and they were wonderful together. By the way, not only Ulay and Marina are the same height, same skin color, and they just glow similarly, but also Christof and Ulli are the same height, and both couples are the same height. And I must say, I just despise couples. They're practically kitschy, but I love these two. And I also made a house rule that never more than one person can stay in my house, because they can overpower you if the two of them get it together. And their bathroom problems, it does matter a lot whether you have one house guest or two. But at this point, we just gave up because we have 4 and a fucking dog. So Ulay, I still see, even though he explained it to me innumerable times, what he had done, like being a drag queen in Amsterdam, and just incredible aerodynamic art from someplace. I don't know facts really. What he did in stealing masterpieces and giving it to the poor, a la Raf. And but I still see Ulay as a friend of Marina. And now I see them together. So his past is unclear to me, whereas Marina's, I saw much more dramatically in the last stage of her being alone, and as a totally wild woman, alone in the world, which is a tough position to be in, especially if you're beautiful and you play with that. My relationship to Ulay. I feel I don't have any. I mean, he's just kind of naturally around. Do it.
Is he a good artist?
Yeah, I actually, since they work together, I conceive of them as good artists, because they do art together as a team with Marina.
What do you think their imagination is like? Is it top-notch, do you think?
Imagination?
Imagination.
No, it's much more than top-notch. I know a lot of people who don't have any, a lot of people who would scale okay, but they got it way over their head, their imagination. And they have to carry a lifestyle which is like a gypsy lifestyle to kind of be in a normal sense with their imagination.
Can you tell me about that gypsy lifestyle? What do you mean by that?
They in Europe they live in a van, which is painted black and with their dog and cameras and pots and pans.
What's the difference between that and say the gypsies that roam the European countryside, or the sharecroppers that go from farm to farm to farm to make a living?
I think there might be a much more primordial. They might have as a result of a much more primordial drive, but they really seem to be living this style as an exercise of incredible energy, an energy resource, an analysis of that.
I see. How would you categorize their art in any particular kind of way?
It is categorized for us. We don't have to do it. It's called body art.
Body art.
Yeah.
Can you be more specific about that?
It's a performance type activity, but in a way, the term body art was before performance art per se appeared in the art world. It appeared around the turn of the decade. With the name was coined for people like Oppenheim and Akanchi, who in effect worked with their bodies as their material.
I see. Have you seen any of their work?
Yeah, it's curious that I've seen almost 4 or 5 pieces, which is difficult when performers travel.
Yeah.
It's part of their art world rule, because they don't have objects to sell, so they have to perform in different places.
Well, what I mean
I saw a lot. Yes.
What I mean to say is, can you visualize verbally a passage or an image or an instance that would sort of describe their activity?
It's never really one instance. It's a series of instances, and the pieces vary from focus on duration, or focus on the variety of the difference between their physical.
Well, give me a concrete example.
Oh no, I don't want to.
I mean.
Why don't they?
I'll ask Marina. Okay.
Okay.
Water.
Can you give me a concrete example of the kind of body art that you do, according to body art according to Edit?
Oh, what we do, it's about energy and passing limitations, physical and mental.
Can you give me a specific example?
So one simple example is just the piece we did in Paris Biennale, driving our van 16 hours in the circle around.
A van?
Yeah, this like Citroen bus, and we put in some kind of basin, and we drive 16 hours in some kind of experience of labyrinth, all the time in circle around and saying the numbers of the circle.
In the same direction?
Always in the same direction. And we did about 2,226 circles.
The same speed?
Same speed. And in once it was looking like passing the centuries, like every circle was 1 year.
Did you drive?
No, the Ulay drive only, or he drive the car, and I was only one who sang the circles. And when we was about 1,200, it was like, I don't know, 12th century, then 16, 17, 15.
Did you feel you were in the Indianapolis Speedway driving 500 miles?
No, it's nothing to do with we didn't feel anything about speed. It's just like impossibility to go out. It's just like labyrinth. You are complete closed in your own system.
I see. You're stressing extremes. You're stressing endurance.
But we never can make the performance without audience, because the audience give us energy to continue and to pass our own possibilities. In normal life, you come to your limitations. You never try coming over, but in the performance thing, when you have observers, you use your all own secret reserves, and you do impossible.
Marina,
Yes.
Marina? Do you love Edith?
Oh, I like Edith and love too. I mean, I understand her. That's important.
What is that to understand? Can you be more specific?
Oh, Edith is very, very complicated person. You know, I just say to her, I don't know, a few days ago,
Yes.
she think in diagonals and
Thinking what?
in diagonal. Thinking in diagonal. You're sitting with her and you speak with her, and she's in once with her mind in one point of the room, and then another point, and you speak about
diagonal. Diagonal?
diagonal. Yes,
I see, the other end of the room.
yes, and then she give you answer for another point, and you don't know what it is, but it's just because she think unusual.
I see. How have you met Edith? Where did you meet her?
Oh, I meet her in where? In Italy, in Bologna.
You're a Yugoslav. How did you meet Ulay? Is it Ulay or Ulay or?
Ulay.
Ulay. Yes.
And other girl, she's his man, and other girl is Ulli. It's very
okay. Yes, we'll do that. But how did you meet Ulay?
Oh, I come to Amsterdam to have some performance for television, a body art program, and he did also the body art program for Amsterdam, from Holland part, and then I meet him. And
Was it an instant union?
yes,
Instant union.
yes.
You understood each other?
Oh, that's without talking about.
And all your work now, of course, is done in unison.
Yes.
Together.
Yes, it is called relation and work.
What is the most interesting thing that you've done with him, aside from personal things?
But I mean, in the work, you mean about work? Yes.
Whatever.
But first to decide to different way of living, because that was the most important thing to the change the
Different
form.
way of living. What do you mean by that? Be more specific, please.
But change the form of living, because he was living in Amsterdam, I was living in Belgrade, and then when I come to Amsterdam, it was, it was just decide to leave the fixed living place and start permanent move, and don't have anything personal, any place personal. You can stay forever.
Do you have many personal belongings? Belongings.
Not a-
Belongings.
No.
Things that belong to you.
No, we liberate
Belongings.
us from. We liberate us from all these things.
Belongings. Something that belongs to you. What belongs to you?
No, you know what's happened? We had
What?
many things, and it was just we feel like in cage. Then we start free us from all the things. Just leaving things to the friends or just throw away, and to have only the elements where it's necessary, like camera for the work, or I don't know, some photos we need, and clothes we have the same. Just nothing.
You
Just
are the
to-
same height than Ulay.
Yeah, he's higher, I think. I don't know.
He's higher. Yes.
He's higher.
You were born on the same day,
Yes.
and he is the same age as you are.
No, older, but it's same day. I mean, we always making the birthday performance
Together.
together.
I see.
But what about relation work? The relation is everything is in work, and work is in relation. I mean.
I see. Okay. Thank you. This is Paul Tschinkel's Inner Tube. Inner Tube wishes to express its thanks to all those who appeared on this evening's program. This is Paul Tschinkel's Inner Tube. Stay tuned in to Paul Tschinkel's Inner Tube.